Hey guys, I just quit my job at Pizza Hut. And what's better than coming home to the fucking GTA 6 trailer releasing? I was pretty surprised to see it came early, but hey, what hasn't with GTA 6? I'm not gonna beat around the bush for too long because I have a lot to talk about. The first scene clearly shows Vice City. Rockstar has a history of beginning their debut trailers with a shot of a sunset, and it looks like that tradition has not changed. In this shot, we can also see volumetric clouds, a plane with realistic exhaust effects, some birds, some cars, and a ton of vegetation. I think it's safe to say that Rage 9 is a massive improvement to what we saw with Rage 8 and Red Dead Redemption 2. The draw distance, too, is absolutely jaw-dropping, and the reflections on the pavement are chef's kiss. The prison from this angle looks massive too, and in the next few scenes coming up, we'll get a better look at it. In the next quick shot, we see a chain link fence with barbed wire. The barbed wire is a 3D model and not two-dimensional like it was in 5, and there's even a cloth on top of it for extra detail. Finally, we get our first polished look at one of the protagonists, Lucia. Some thought Rockstar would change the names due to the game being leaked in 2022, but it looks like they didn't. Lucia is introduced in the trailer as a prisoner, and it makes me think that the game will start after a heist gone wrong and Lucia gets caught. That or it starts as a prison break mission. Also, wow, this game looks good. I have to say it again. The faces are perfect and the hair has been improved significantly since Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sure we all remember how greasy everybody's hair looked in that game. In the next shot, we see the prison warden asking Lucia, "Do you know why you're here?" The prison warden looks great too. Her curly hair looks immaculate in the light coming in from the prison window. We can also see in this shot huge improvements to the fabric textures. I mean, wow. When the camera switches to Lucia, she replies to the prison warden's question with, "Bad luck, I guess." It looks like her hair hasn't changed since the leaks, which personally I'm a fan of. From what we saw from the leaks in 2022, I really liked the default looks of Jason and Lucia. This scene here absolutely floored me. Rockstar's really trying to show off how much the next generation can handle. I mean, not only is there so many buildings in this specific part of Vice City, but the amount of pedestrians, tents, birds, trees loaded at one time is just jaw-dropping. I love the colors here. It looks like Rockstar still knows how to make a believable world with a wide range of building variety. I remember Los Santos had a few skyscrapers here and there, but this looks like an actual city, which is going to be positively insane to explore. Right here, text pops up on the screen that says Rockstar Games Presents with a pink outline, and I think it fits really well with the Vice City vibe. There's a quick moment where the camera glides by these skyscrapers, and seeing them up close, we really get a good look at Rage 9's shadow effects. I noticed that there's NPCs on this roof too, showing that it's accessible. I wonder if the tops of certain buildings will be accessible via stairs or elevator. Right here we see a swampy area, which is natural considering the game is set in Florida, and there's confirmed airboats, which we did see in the leaks. Almost every scene so far has had a bunch of birds, which is really promising. Rockstar really wants people to know that the wildlife is present in GTA 6. Speaking of wildlife, whoa, that is variety. I can say with confidence that this scene looks like real life. Look at those trees in the distance. I can't believe this is possible. I like how in every shot so far, we've seen a different type of sky too. There seems to be a lot of variety in the weather system nowadays. If you thought the NPC variety was impressive before, look at this, and look at those faces. Even in the distance, the NPCs look detailed and not low poly at all. And do you guys remember the volumetric snow from Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, now that that technology has become more advanced in time, they're using it for the sand. There's even wet spots, and you can tell who just came out of the water because there's some left over on their feet. There's all kinds of little things in this scene. The NPCs have different accessories, tattoos, body types, and there's coolers and different towels on the ground, bags too. Something that I thought was interesting was how many vehicles there are on the beach. I mean, this is going to be really good from a gameplay standpoint, considering at any moment you'll have access to a faster way of travel opposed to being stuck on foot. I remember in GTA 5, that was a real problem sometimes if you got stuck in the middle of nowhere. In my opinion, the best part about the shot is that now we know that NPCs will have different heights. I mean, it's about damn time. Really broke my immersion when every single person in GTA 5 was the same height, and same with Red Dead Redemption 2 for the most part. Boats are back, of course. I'm sure nobody expected them not to be, but it's nice they made a return. Speaking of returns, the cargo yard from Vice City's back, bigger and better. I sure hope they keep the main missions away from controlling the machinery this time, but hey, I'm too excited to care about that right now. The water being shown here is super detailed. In Red Dead Redemption 2, the water was really flat and didn't move much at all, and in GTA 5 it was wavy, but still held back by old hardware. This, on the other hand, looks real. Look at the way it's formed around the boat. It's important to note that this trailer was probably captured on a PlayStation 5, considering that all of Rockstar's previous trailers have been recorded on a PlayStation. For those who don't know, it's because Rockstar has a contract with Sony. However, it looks like console players will be stuck at 30 frames per second again. But honestly, I'm happy they're making the game as technologically advanced as they can, opposed to holding back so they can achieve 60 frames per second. I think this is a really good long-term decision by Rockstar, considering they are known for their products taking a really long time to feel their age. Even GTA 4 in 2008 had physics that still hold up really well today. We get another shot of Lucia from a back view, wearing a different outfit, and Jason, the second protagonist of GTA 6, driving a sports car. The person on the shotgun seat from the car in front of them is recording Lucia standing in the car, which I thought was interesting. Right here, we also get our first look at Vice City's nightlife. There's not too much to say, since the background is out of focus, but yeah, it looks great. This scene is very San Andreas. It looks like a car meet, and I'm sure we all know that the racing world would come back, but it's nice to see this variety of car customization. This spot is really cool and seems to be based off Wynwood, which is a real location in Miami that has a ton of street art in the area. License plates are also once again randomly generated like they were in 5. I'm happy they didn't go the GTA 4 route and make every license plate say Vice City. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a little puddle with bits of grass poking out, implying there'll be realistic bits and pieces of vegetation spread out, which will definitely make Vice City feel more lively. I also love the way that the male NPCs look here. They look very human, much more human than GTA 5's. Also, the wires. Holy cow. There is so much going on with the detail on the wires. I don't even know what to say. All I can do is show you guys. There's clubs in this game. I'm sure everybody has been to the Vanilla Unicorn in GTA 5 at least once, but this is just next level. For one, the NPCs aren't just standing around. They're all doing something unique. And the strippers aren't just dancing on poles. They're also doing a variety of actions. There's also a sign up top that says Make It Rain Mondays, implying that there will be different specials throughout the week. But who knows? Maybe it's just a Monday thing. There's a lot of effects going on at once too, like sparkles and money, and there's even money crumpled up against the stage, which is a pretty cool detail. It looks like we have 2 gang members in this scene, and their appearance is pretty impressive. This guy has grills, which I thought was cool, and he has multiple chains on, so we'll probably see a lot of customization availability in the accessories. In GTA 5, the chains were a 2-dimensional texture, but nowadays they're a full-fledged 3D model. The shadow even appears accurately on this guy's neck. This part here shows a new and improved Starfish Island, and the backdrop shows again the scale of Vice City. And a detail that made me really excited, Rockstar brought back the feature where you have to stop and pay tolls. This was such a genius addition to GTA 4 that really helped the game's pacing and immersion. It looks like Rockstar is using the current hardware's technology to step up their realism. Look at this part down here though. The shadow distance is insane. Even from this far away, there's so much detail that can be seen from here. This scene here might look familiar. I mean, the straight road, the neon lights, and oh, the Ocean View Hotel. For those who never played the original Vice City, the Ocean View Hotel was the first safe house that Tommy Vercetti could go to. It's an iconic GTA location, and taking place 40 years after Vice City, it's still around and looks high-end as ever. We can see a homeless guy here at the side of the road, and it makes me wonder if we'll be able to give beggars money like we could in Red Dead Redemption 2. One last detail I want to mention is that this car's license plate spells out cheetah, leading me to believe we'll be able to have custom license plates. Here we observe a rave happening, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The game's set in fictional Miami, so raves and clubs would definitely make sense in the universe. I wonder if you'll be able to dance with people like you could in the Ballad of Gay Tony. Also, the NPC movements in this scene are super realistic. No more predictable jumping up and down. The crowd has a lot of life to it. People waving, some pointing, jumping, the works. Did you know in 2002, the Florida Keys were supposed to be in Vice City, but they scrapped it? Well, fear not, because the Florida Keys are making a grand entry in GTA 6, and wow. I've been saying this a lot, but the scale of this world is massive. I like how you can see the shallow parts of the water from up here too. Also, interestingly enough, the garage here is open. I knew there were probably going to be more interactive interiors, but just this little detail makes me think that a lot of the buildings in Vice City and its surrounding areas will be enterable. In this scene, we're on a penthouse balcony or something similar, and we get a close-up of this woman wearing a swimsuit. This is obvious speculation, but I could totally see this being GTA 6's cover girl. Also, look at the way her hair flips. I mean, you can see each individual strand. This is the most advanced hair physics I've ever seen. And there it is, the big confirmation. For the 2 people who thought this game would not be set in Vice City, there it is spelled out for you. The next few clips are social media posts. Grand Theft Auto has always been a satirical take on America, and a huge part of America's culture today is TikTok and Instagram, so it's a given that social media will play a part in GTA 6. I wonder if the posts will be randomly generated. I mean, they have the technology. Anyways, in the first clip we have a reel by Dad Bod Squad that features an older guy dancing on his boat with a bunch of young ladies. God bless America. In the next clip, we see a post by Official Poach taking an alligator out of a swimming pool. Before I talk about the alligator, look at the variety in the garden and the different sizes of grass. Anyways, yeah, the alligator. It looks way better than the alligators in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a shot later on that shows a better look at the alligator's model, but even now we get a pretty good look. The way it scales beautifully reflect the light around it is immediately noticeable. And of course, social media being social media, we have a woman twerking on a car, posted by Have a Vice Day. I'm really liking the names of the fictional social media accounts, my personal favorite being Official Poach. I mean, that being the name of Vice City's alligator trapping company is classic Rockstar. I really like this moment here. Shows some cars doing donuts and a bunch of people watching. In the GTA 5 trailer, there were NPCs seen doing golf and yoga, and we ended up being able to do that in the final game. To add to my point, this wouldn't be GTA's first visit to car activities. In San Andreas, there was a whole minigame based off lowriding. So I'm sure these competitions will be spread all over Vice City. Like I said in my last video, this game is probably going to be the HD Universe's San Andreas, where Rockstar is going to go absolutely overboard with content around the world. Also, the particle effects of how the smoke hits the car headlights is earth-shattering. I hope guns have these kinds of smoke effects. Here we have a post by Lick Lick, where two women are dancing on the car, and hey, wait a minute, weren't you the woman twerking before? I wonder if she's some sort of in-game social media influencer. I mean, surely if they have an in-game parody of TikTok or Instagram, like GTA 5's Life Invader, it'll have to have celebrities for said service. Our little alligator friend came back, this time in a coffee shop, and although this scene might not seem like much, if you look out the window you can see NPCs filling their cars with gas. Although I have no idea if we'll have to fill our car with gas, it's pretty interesting that gas stations are interactable now and NPCs will use them. I love how this guy is just chilling here. Looks super natural. What's also interesting is that the NPCs are all in different poses while looking at this potential threat. In previous games, they would have just went, "Ah!" and all ran away in sync. Looks like the AI in GTA 6 will act similarly to the NPCs seen in Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in Red Dead Redemption 2, every NPC had a different type of personality and would react differently to their environment. Here, we see a first-person swatting happening. I don't know what this means, to be honest. Maybe a parody of the TV show Cops in GTA? However, I have a lot more to say about this next scene, which shows a man in a Speedo or completely naked running from a police officer. Posted by an account called Leonida Man? I think that's how you pronounce it. So we have it. Florida in GTA 6 will be called Leonida, and of course, it has its own parody of the iconic Florida Man. And now, another Florida Man, where he's seen grabbing his crotch out of frustration. You know, in GTA 5, it was a very rare occasion where NPCs would interact with each other. But it looks in this trailer that Rockstar is trying to emphasize that the environment interacts with the environment instead of the environment only interacting with the player, which is super cool. And even though we've only seen a trailer, the world is absolutely living and breathing. Also, to back my point once again, that the Vice City keys or Florida keys will be present in GTA 6, look at that sign right there. The next post is by Yo Mama's Jammer, possibly a hip-hop related account, and the caption here says "Rip Rudy" or Ruddy. "See you in heaven, cuz," which confirms that Ruddy or Rudy, or the person in this post, was at one point an influencer. Makes me wonder if Jason or Lucia kills him. Finally, we see our last Florida man in style watering his garden. This is so cool. I can't believe NPCs have so much depth. You know, in Red Dead Redemption 2, all the NPCs had their own personalized schedule, and it makes me think Rockstar is going to go this route again, seeing as, so far in the trailer, all the NPCs have done really unique miscellaneous stuff. And of course, it wouldn't be Florida without rednecks. I love to see this. Even better, the account that posted this, probably on a separate website from what we've seen before since it doesn't have that follow or like button, is called Thrillbilly. Absolutely perfect. And holy crap, these faces are expressive. She even stuck her tongue out. We're quickly brought back to a vertical video format showing an old woman holding two hammers, and she says, guess who's back? Personally, I think this is Rockstar themselves speaking to their audience. I mean, they certainly are back. As of this moment of writing my script, the trailer has been out for 2 hours and it has 26 million views. That is already more than Red Dead Redemption 2's first trailer that released 7 years ago. Anyways, next there's a guy falling off a beer pong table, and of course everything on the table realistically falls off and smashes. Not too much to say about this scene in particular, but I sure have a lot to say about the next one. Okay, satirical antidepressants advertisement, very Rockstar. Police driving up with their sirens, and oh, we finally get our first good look at Jason. Looks like they changed his style. I remember him being a little more blonde in the leaks, and judging by his face details like the crow's eye, I think it's safe to say he's in his 30s. While we're on the topic of age, I think it's safe to say that Lucia's in her late 20s. I really like that their bandanas are different. Also, in all the scenes Lucia's been in so far, she's wearing different outfits, which I think is so cool. On another note, vehicle interiors have had a huge upgrade. I've got leather seats in my car, and I can confirm that, yeah, this looks identical. I made a video a while back called Will GTA 6 Look Like Real Life? And I think I have my answer. Yeah, it kinda does. Weasel News is of course returning, which I'm really happy about. And the caption here says, cops arrest man who flips his car after Pee-wee's Dine and Dash. And right here we have another news story showing a criminal with a pretty cool design. Wow, if there's one thing this trailer has shown, it's that NPCs have a very wide range of designs. I wonder if they'll let you design your own tattoos. I mean, the one shown on his forehead seems pretty personalized. Over the last few scenes, Lucia can be heard narrating, the only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together. Confirming that yes, this is a love story. I am so excited about this. I mean, what a fresh approach to the Grand Theft Auto franchise. It makes me wonder just how it'll be executed in gameplay, whether it'll just be for the story missions or if it'll even have an impact on the free roam. Back to the trailer though. We can see a bike race going on and cops fail to stop thugs and motorbikes terrorizing the city. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of the caption underneath saying, Leonida Man, sucked up in waterspout, demands the city buy him a new suit. Friggin' iconic. A post comes up by High Roller Mags showing a guy probably involved in a car meeting of some sort. I thought this was cool, but what really caught my attention was the text on this car's back window. We already knew from previous scenes in the trailer that customization would be deep, but I think that in GTA 6, car customization will be a major feature, and it'll probably be better than it was in 5. Next, we see a cool shot of Jason and Lucia at a convenience store. The wires attached to the television look so realistic, and then it shows them making their getaway. In the background, we can see a shop called the Pawn and Gun, with the door open, once again showing off that yes, GTA 6 will have a variety of interactive interiors, and finally, the second last scene with Jason and Lucia in bed. Lucia asks Jason, trust? And he confirms, trust. And then it happens, the final moment where we get a good look at our two protagonists holding guns robbing the store in classic GTA fashion. Lucia's gun seems to be a Glock, and Jason's gun, in my opinion, looks like a 1911. Honestly, I'm Canadian, and I know f*** all about guns, so either comment telling me I'm right, or I should delete my channel. Logo reveal, and last, a release date of 2025, which I totally called, by the way. I knew this would happen. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. GTA 6 will be a love story. It'll be set in a state called Leonida. It will feature classic Vice City locations from 1986, and the NPCs in this game are really advanced. The trailer screamed Grand Theft Auto to me. Everything about it was so Rockstar, and I have complete faith that this game will be a blast when it comes out. Okay, analysis wrapped up. What do you think? Did you like the GTA 6 trailer? Did the game look good, or were you expecting more? I want to hear some opinions on this because, I mean, this is the most anticipated video game of all time. And of course, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. And have a good one.